Previously on The Great Ace Attorney.
Oh, how lovely. Their love is so pure.
Stop triggering Suzuto with your sappy shit. I guess they're all weird.
Come on, I want a hug, Naruhodō.
No, don't touch me. No, I'm trying to focus on being a badass liar. Suzuto, stop it. No.
Come on, I knew you want a hug.
No.
And then Fan 6 is over there. He looks to his left and his right and goes, I want a hug.
Now back to grunting at people. Hello. NicoB. Back with some more The Great Ace Attorney. When we last left off, we got in a kerfuffle again with the jury, as they doubt us yet again, the piece of crap. But I actually really liked how that was set up. Like how it wasn't, like they sort of gave us the basic simple rules initially, right? But that one was a bit more nuanced. Like it wasn't just like, okay, I found the two contradictions, now they're gonna change the verdict. Like, no, it wasn't quite enough. I had to dig a little deeper for that. And I don't know, I'm really liking this system. It feels super well done and really different from what we've encountered in other Ace Attorney games. So I've really been enjoying it. But I will say I am very uncertain about where this case is going. I don't know who the killer is supposed to be at this point. Is it anyone we've actually met yet? I'm wondering if maybe it's not going to be like an accident kind of thing. Like, it wasn't really anybody's fault, but, like, they slipped and fell on their own knife. I don't know. Also, yes, I'm aware that the person didn't die, and I keep saying the killer or the murderer, but I'm sorry that you don't go through these cases very often without where someone isn't dead. Actually, this is, like, the first time I can think of in a very long while. I know, I am aware of that, but I'm probably still gonna end up saying the killer and the murderer and shit like that. That's just how I am, alright? Don't fucking judge me! Oh, by the way, as also some of you pointed out, I had brought up previously in the last episode that, or well, the episode before the last one now, that I had forgotten to check the second page of the autopsy. I saw it when I was editing, but then I didn't go and check it last time because it was 4 days between that recording and the previous one. I just forgot again. So, all right, so we saw this part reported by Rola O'Malley. Okay, because she's still unconscious, her name has been deduced from her belongings, but remains unconfirmed. Okay, one single deep wound from a knife, no other wounds found. Perpetrator captured the next day due to a tip from Rola O'Malley. Ooh. I'm almost wondering if possibly this could be like, this is actually a thief. Like, this isn't even the real person. They just stole their, like, belongings. Because that seems like it is setting us up for something, right? And I'm also wondering if Rola might actually have some part in this, too. Perpetrator captured the next day due to the tip from Rola O'Malley. Which also you guys told me. So, Pat and Rola is supposed to be a bit of play on words on patroller, and also O'Malley is apparently another way of saying police officer, so or an officer. And also the scarf that they each have around their neck is actually one scarf that is tied together. It's like, so they're basically wearing a single massive scarf. Oh my god, that's so freaking cute. I love the designs in this game. It's funny. I'm thinking maybe this could end up being a case of, like, the person isn't even, like, really a victim. Maybe they're actually the one, like, a thief that's been stealing stuff, and maybe this is more of a case of thievery than anything. I don't know. It's just guesses, but I really don't know where this case is going, which is a good feeling. Anyway, last episode, Sophia C. said, the fog in London actually holds a lot of history going very far back. Once upon a time, London was not much foggier than your typical waterside city. However, this all changed when the Fire Nation came. No, when firewood was switched for coal to heat houses. The toxins, chemicals, and soot that was produced from burning coal mixed with the fog and create a thick, dark smog. This was further worsened by the Industrial Revolution, where factories would burn ginormous quantities of coal constantly. This made the smog so dark and thick, people couldn't see 2 meters in front of them. The garbage in the air caused a lot of health issues, with hundreds dying each year from respiratory issues alone. The worst case of this was the Great Fog in 1952, where an especially bad fog loomed over the city for 5 days. During these days, 4,000 died, followed by another 8,000 in the following month. Good lord. This was a big wake-up call for the government and resulted in many environmental movements in an attempt to improve the air quality, so such an event could never happen again. While modern-day London has greatly improved from its infamous fog, effects of its dark paths can still be seen to this day. After all the bad things the fog caused for the citizens of London, it's also hard to see why the Londoners of DGS dislike it so much. Interesting. That's really fascinating, Sophia. Thank you so much for sharing that. Wow, I did not realize it was like deadly fog. I thought it was just like a natural weather phenomenon due to like, but maybe due like to the sewer system they had. You know, I thought a lot of it was coming out from like the manhole covers or something, you know, and it just like, I don't know, maybe a difference in temperature just caused it to create an extra thick layer of of steam like fog.
But no, this is way worse. Oh my god, it killed people.
4,000 and 8,000 next month? That's freaking insane.
Oops.
But Sophie, thank you so much for that really interesting tidbit and history lesson. Helped me learn a lot more about London and make me understand the background for this a lot better. And it's for that reason you are comments of the day. You guys have been leaving a lot of really great comments on this series, I gotta say. Well, Steins Gate Zero as well, honestly. You guys have just been, I feel like ever since I've started doing these comment of the day things, like you guys have really been bringing your freaking A game. I mean, you guys are always great on comments. Don't be wrong, all right? But it just feels like the comment of the day may help you guys even to go even further beyond. And it's been nice. It's been really fun reading through comments lately. Some of you guys also brought up how the setting here is really well done, how they're sort of explaining how the Scotland Yard work, right? That they go around filling in the gas lanterns and doing these kind of regular, kind of boring chores to keep London up and running. And all this just discussion about the nitty-gritty stuff and the personal lives of the jurors and stuff. It really has been, they've been painting a nice picture of the setting we're in, you know, is really giving us a good look into their daily lives. It's definitely making me invest a lot more into the story. So I've noticed that as well. I've really been enjoying it. Yeah, this game it's pretty damn good. I gotta say, it is really damn good. That first case aside, everything else that's come after has been just really fantastic. But okay, so we convinced the jury to switch their verdict again, and I'm sure Van Zeeks is just gonna have some really positive words to say here, so.
Lord Van Zeeks, do you have anything to say about this development?
Oh, I've got something to say, all right. Just gonna pour myself another glass. It reminds me of a strikingly tasteless farce.
He's gonna take a nice sip before he chucks it across the room.
A farce as tasteless as this wine, floating in my glass as I imbibe it with a sigh. Ah! Simply tossing into hellfire that which I cannot bear to swallow.
Excuse me, Lord Van Zeeks. Oh, by the way, some of you were like, Nico, why'd you press drawer number 1 here? Like, you know, you said you were gonna say press them a bit more after at the beginning of last episode. Well, I kind of meant like, I kind of figured the second time we had our opportunity up there, they weren't gonna comment on them being up there, right? That was just the first moment we were up there, which it was the case with the maid when we talked with her. So I didn't press the other guy because I was pretty sure Naruhodō wasn't going to react to it. So I just wanted to see him be like, what the hell are you doing up there? But I think I kind of missed my chance at that moment.
Excuse me, Lord Van Zeeks. With all due respect, the defense has presented a viable possibility. You call that a possibility, Foreman? I call it nothing more than the lowest of vulgar nonsense, but fine. It seems I will have to review the relative location of the crime scene.
The relative location? What is he doing this time?
Think of the crime scene in the defendant's flat. This should be obvious, but between them is one large street, made for coaches, Briar Road. The distance between the crime scene and the landlord couple's home is no less than 15 yards.
15 yards. It's about 14 meters.
14 meters? It's way further than I expected.
Now, I'm sure you all have the same doubts as I. That book was discovered in the collapsed victim's hand. This book was engulfed in flames, thrown by an enraged housewife, flew 15 yards, and flew perfectly into the victim's hand while she was toppled over on the ground. Do you plan to tell me that this is your conclusive argument?
Well, I'm thinking it wasn't tossed all the way over there. I think it was tossed and then they found it and picked it up. But why? I don't know. I guess they were just like, cool, free book. I mean, it's half burnt, but okay, I take what I can get.
Not only that, but as if chasing after the book, a knife also flew across the road and slipped straight into the victim's back. Perhaps next you'll say a pig flew after it. Even those ridiculous detective novels could tell better stories than your delusion.
Ah, God! No, they couldn't. Their stories suck. I don't have a rebuttal for that.
Even a prosecutor shouldn't be allowed to say things like that.
Susato?
How dare he call detective novels ridiculous? I won't stand for this! You're gonna get Susato top, Van Zeeks!
Come at me, bitch! Oh God, Susato, don't have another epic battle with someone here. That's the part you had the problem with?
My lord, excuse me, but I can hold my tongue no longer.
What is it, legal assistant?
It may seem like a wild dream to that prosecutor, but the new possibility revealed by the defense has changed the verdict nonetheless. Therefore, this court has no choice but to consider that possibility. And the only way to do that is to cross-examine Juror 4, Joan Garrett.
What? You want to cross-examine a juror? No! Nay, I say!
That's what I've been saying, like, this seems like some serious conflict of interest.
I'm pretty sure we should have a juror come up and replace her by this point, but whatever. Let's just roll it. Oh yeah, see, now you can see. I didn't even notice now. These are the two attached by one single ginormous scarf.
Order! 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 Why, this is absolutely unprecedented to have a juror indicted and brought to the witness stand.
Igayari.
Oh god, not again!
Would be a complete waste of time.
Lord Van Zeeks!
We were already in the middle of a witness cross-examination, and if the nonsense from before was anything to go by, she was throwing burning books and knives from above. Maybe we should ask the current witness about that instead.
What do you think, witnesses?
All right, I also meant to say, there was a moment from last episode I missed, with, what do you mean? So let me just go ahead and count that real quick right now.
What do you mean by coward?
There we go.
Patrick O'Malley, patrolman, ready to report.
Great, it would seem that he's finally awake.
I'm so sorry for sleeping through the trial. I've been chasing so many scoundrels around the city. It's been about a month of no sleep.
London's cosmos truly are heroic, aren't they?
Oh god, I would want to die.
Well, I know you've been fighting this all alone, but you don't have to worry anymore. Big old badass Pat here to save the day.
Oh, Pat! I think I'm falling in love again!
Okay, get a room, you two. The defense's request is denied.
Ow!
Oh.
Instead, the court orders the current witnesses to testify further. Testify regarding the new possibilities presented by the defense. Sir?
Okay. He still looks pretty drowsy to me, though. Patrolman Pat's report.
As the constable of London's police force, I can say that Miss Garrett is unrelated to the case. This is because her window is actually an awning window.
Besides, if something was flying through the air, Pat wouldn't have missed it. I wasn't very close to the crime scene, but Pat was watching over it like a hawk.
I didn't blink or look away for even a second. Nothing out of the orders up. Incredible! They were awning windows.
Constable, you didn't report this to me.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I was so tired.
Tired or not, that makes no excuse, Constable.
Understood, sir.
Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, what do you mean by awning exactly?
The same goes for you. Sorry or not, it makes for no excuse, Japanese boy.
How dare you not know things?
Sorry.
I got him a handy-dandy book here! Naruhodō, I just looked it up. Do you remember the windows of the Garrett home?
The Gyakuten windows. Yeah, yes!
Like any other windows, you can open them to let in fresh air.
Oh.
But an awning window opens like this.
Honestly, I didn't even really know what an awning window was.
That's right, this window's most defining characteristic is that it can only open at an angle due to being attached to a stay.
Only at an angle? Seriously, come on! Get a real window, guys!
Yes, that's correct. In other words, if you hurled a knife or a book at the open window,
It'd go, but then straight down.
it would just smack against the half-open glass and fall straight to the ground.
No way!
It must have been hard to understand, coming from a country that knows nothing of windows. From the start, it was impossible for either item to fly 15 yards. At least, not without shattering the window entirely.
Look, Pat, that crazy Jap was like, what?
Haha, makes me laugh. I would go over and make love on top of his dead Japanese body.
The fuck is wrong with you guys? Jesus! Okay, seriously, the casual racism is starting to get ridiculous, guys. You need to calm it down. On my dead, lifeless body? Seriously, Pat? I thought you were better than that.
Nope, I'm hungry, boy. Yeah, I totally vanquished that villain, Rola.
Wow, really, dude?
You're amazing, Pat. Oh, I'm so ready right now.
Me too, baby.
Oh, why can't my dick be as big as Pat's? Fuck! It's insane. My new possibility was thrown out the window before I could even cross-examine them.
Throwing out the awning window and it went straight into the fucking dirt.
Now, defense, it's time to begin your cross-examination.
Yes, sir. Driven into a corner yet again.
Yet again? Alright. Alright, I think I'm gonna hop straight to some of the stuff towards the end there. So, as a constable of London's police force, I can say Mrs. Gyakuten is unrelated to the case. It's because her window is actually an awning window. Besides, the sun was flying through the air, Pat wouldn't have missed it. I wasn't very close to the crime scene, but Pat was watching over it like a hawk. I'm gonna press her on that.
You ran to a police box for help, right?
Yes, that's right. I know where all the police boxes in Pat's beat are, but
It's not her fault that she doesn't know where they are on any other beat.
Pat told me where to go, but I got a little bit lost.
Rola, my love, you're so cute when you're lost without a clue. That's making me want to take the cocoa butter and pour it all over your body, girl.
Oh, yes, give me the cocoa butter. Do it! Do it, Pat!
Oh, God, everyone here is just so fucking weird. Like, this can't just be me, right?
I see nothing wrong about pouring cocoa butter all over her body. It's a very normal English tradition.
Are you kidding me? Van Six, you too? What the shit? Susan too?
Actually, I read about that in my book about Britain. It's pretty common practice.
No, I refuse to believe. You guys are crazy. Screw this place. I'm doing this. I'm going back home to Japan. Fuck this. Fuck this game.
Rola, my love.
Pat's my sweet.
Oh, their weird-shaped irises are freaking me out. Just shut up, alright?
It'd be awesome if you just slammed that and just go, shut up!
Anyway, thanks to that, it took about 15 minutes before I came back. But Pat was watching over the scene the whole time.
I was off duty, but I still did the job, for I am a patrolman.
Didn't she at one point say that he was collapsed on the fucking floor? In the snow?
I didn't blink or look away for you in a second. Nothing out of the ordinary, sir.
Mata!
There was nothing out of the ordinary at all.
Right, sir? I was keeping an eye on the crime scene the whole time. No person, animal, or anything got anywhere close to it. I swear it's the truth, for my name isn't Patrolman Pat O'Malley.
But that's a bit strange, don't you think?
What's strange? I'm perfectly normal. Look at me. Look at me. I'm just a normal guy wearing an enormous scarf that's attached to my wife. I'm falling asleep every 2 seconds.
The adventure of the Vines was supposed to be Mr. Gyakut's home. How did this burned book end up in the victim's grasp? If you were watching like a hawk, then you must have known something, right?
I'm falling asleep again. Oh, maybe it just happened to be a different burn book.
But you still have to wonder why the victim would be holding it. She was carrying a bag on her shoulder, after all.
Either way, when I found her, she was already holding the book.
I see. There's something strange about this testimony. Somehow, the knife ended up in her back, and the book ended up in her hand. I feel like these two mysteries must be connected by some thread.
My apologies for earlier. It was not my place to speak.
Aw.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I demand Mrs. Scaradip's testimony without even seeking your permission. Even if I was outright denied, it was still wrong.
Oh, that. Well, to be honest, I do think it will be necessary to bring Mrs. Garrett up to the stand. That's the only way we can find the truth.
Do you really think so?
Let's say it's true that the book bounced off the glass. Then she owes us an explanation as to how the book appeared at the crime scene.
You're right.
And then, considering her reaction when we showed her the knife, she's definitely hiding something.
Right again.
Let's see if we can drag out any clues in this cross-examination. We'll definitely find the truth, Susato.
Agreed.
Okay, man, I just gotta keep pressing again then, because I'm not really seeing anything, so.
Okay, as Constable of London's police force, you can say that Miss Scared is unrelated to the case.
Mata! What makes you so confident in this claim?
I'm glad you asked. Reason is this. Inside the police handbook, we have the great things to know as a policeman.
He showed that to us earlier, didn't he?
Did he? I don't really remember.
I was kind of surprised it could add to our court record. I'm guessing it might here, though.
Constable works tirelessly for the citizenry, has everything I strive to accomplish. That's why I stand tall and strong for my poor wife. Yes, I tire no more.
Pat, my sweet, you're so manly.
Of course, I do it all for you, Rola. Rola, my love.
Pat, my sweet!
Oh my god, it's getting so old. I just want them to fucking die, really. Did I say that out loud? Shit. That's not what I was asking about. I want to know the basis behind your claim that Mrs. Scared is unrelated to the crime.
Oh, you should have said that sooner.
I set the start! Alright, tell me about that then. Finally.
Now, I present to you my unshakable claim. I'll prove to you just how unrelated she is. I'll reveal the truth to you so much that you'll run out of words to reveal with. But before I do, I have one thing to say.
Oh, God, please. Please, if you say Rolla, my sweet, or my love, or whatever the fuck, I'm gonna come over there and I'm gonna stab you with the Sogi sword. It's just gonna happen, alright? Do it. Do it, you little shit. See what happens. What now?
There's a certain favor I want to ask of you, my Mr. Japanese attorney. When you go home, I want you to tell your friend tales of London's officer spirit.
No, I'm not doing that. Sorry, but I only just arrived in London, so...
Please, I'll let you borrow this if you promise to read it from cover to cover. I swear it will move you to tears.
Oh, okay, here we go. Now it's gonna get added.
Alright, fine, I'll take it.
Okay, includes a small section called Things to Know as a Constable. Alright, let's have a little look-see doodle. Bum 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 bum. Okay, keep the peace within the area designated as your beat. Patrol 20 miles every day so that London citizenry may know peace. If an incident occurs in a constable's beat, he must lead the investigation. When he discovers an incident, the constable must assist in the initial investigation. Now, is there something here that goes against what he said here, right?
His testimony.
Not saying anything off the bat, so let's keep pressing. Because the window is actually an awning window.
Mata! And that means that the window couldn't have opened all the way, right?
Exactly. It's a window for letting in some air. It won't open very far.
As such, if an item were to fly out of the window, it would hit the window pane and fall to the ground below. If you check the map, around here is where any given object would fall.
Okay.
It's on the opposite side of the crime scene, I see.
Wish I knew about these awning windows earlier. Nobody tells me anything. Oh, by the way, I have a question for you, Pat.
What is it, sir?
How did you even know about the window? What would lead you to know that Mr. Garrett's window was an awning window?
Oh, that's easy. Yesterday, I assisted with the investigation.
Oh, God. Oh, good. She's about to... She's gushing, right?
Because he's some fucking hot shit. You think your fucking husband's hot shit, huh? Well, guess again.
Go ahead. Screw him over with your inside info.
Excuse me, Rola.
Yes?
Why do you look so happy right now?
I was just thinking, the two of us really are lucky, you know?
What?
I mean, it's a shame that the lady got stabbed, but the crime happened just outside of Pat's beat.
Is that so?
Yeah, you could say Briar Road is the border between beats. Isn't that right, Pat?
Pat? Wake up, Pat!
Yeah, right. Actually, the reason I helped investigate the Gyakuten presence yesterday is because that area is part of my beat.
Wow, really did happen right on the border.
Pat, I'd like to confer something with you. Which beat does the footpath just in front of Mr. Gyakut's home belong to?
Oh, the Gyakuten home. That would be my beat, ma'am.
That's the first I've heard of this.
If the lady had been stabbed on the other side of Briar Road that night, there's no way we would have made it to our anniversary dinner. Pat has to do his job after all.
A commendable work ethic, indeed. That's just what we expect from our constabulary.
Pat always works so hard. It must have been God watching over him this one time. Don't you think so, Pat?
Yeah, I think you're right.
You should probably keep track of all this information.
I'll take care of that.
Okay, location where the victim collapsed was just outside of the border of Constable O'Malley's beat.
All right, now I'll do the talking.
Oh, no, that was it. That was the last bit of info. That's actually interesting. So that was kind of nice because a lot of times I think in other games, even if you didn't glean any new information from a testimony, if you didn't press every single one, it wouldn't let you continue. This time I only pressed. There was still a statement that I hadn't pressed on her yet, but clearly I didn't get any new information, so it just skipped it, which was kind of nice.
Mr. Attorney, how about I ask you a question?
Sure, what is it?
You're doubting our testimony again, aren't you?
Huh? Oh, no, I wasn't really. Ah, shit, here we go again.
Let me just tell you one thing. Don't underestimate me just because I'm a girl. I'm the wife of a police officer, so my testimony is totally trustworthy.
You seem weirdly defensive about this, right?
No, I don't want to hear any more excuses from you. I guess I'll just have to keep talking if I want to convince you. Do you mind, my lord?
Do as you please. It's your grave, bitch. Add to your testimony if you wish. Not that I could ask you to do otherwise.
The judge was muttering something just now.
Listen up real good. And you better get a clue this time, you stupid Japanese guy. Even if I let your rudeness pass, Pat's gonna lock you up.
Yes, ma'am. Speak to your heart's content. Just fucking ignore it, whatever. Who cares what I have to say, right? Who gives a shit? That's right, because I'm the fucking Japanese guy. Is that right? Are you all happy? Are you not entertained, motherfuckers? Naruhodō, calm down! Sorry, I just getting called Japanese and Japanese boy. I'm kind of ready to fucking stab somebody by this point, all right? I'm just saying, it's getting annoying and I want to kill him.
I know, me too, Naruhodō, me too. Wonder what she plans to say now.
Okay. My eyesight's the best. I'm just not great at directions, that's all. Like, she's just adding more shit for us to fucking tear apart. Like, all right, well, Mata, what is that? It's not that I doubt your testimony, it's just you're fucking crazy.
Stop right there! I saw everything, okay? That mustachio Japanese guy just dropped his books and scampered away like a bad cat.
Right.
And I definitely didn't see what didn't happen at that. There weren't anybody books or nasty knives flying over Briar Road.
Yes, I get it. But didn't you just say that you have a bad sense of direction?
Yeah, I do. It's a bit embarrassing. That always gets mad when I'm late for our dates.
Oh, fuck! Damn it, I missed it!
Well, I suppose everyone makes mistakes like that from time to time. Shit.
He was about to say something and missed it there.
In fact, I even went to the wrong church on the day of our wedding.
It's not still there, is it? Fuck! Fuck. I was trying to skip through. I was trying to click away that time.
I nearly ended up getting married to some random gentleman.
Oh my god!
That does seem like a dire lack of directional awareness. With that said, Constable, you may continue your testimony. Yes, my lord.
Okay, back.
I heard that, Pat! Pat, may I ask you something?
I was just dreaming about my roller. Railed on her good.
Oh, Pat, stop. Just stop.
Yeah, ask away.
Does something about your wife's testimony strike you as odd?
Oh, well, yeah. Now that I think about it, it happened that night, too.
The Rola got herself lost on the night of the crime.
She went to the next beat over to find a police box, but it took her a pretty long time to come back. I thought she would return within 10 minutes. In the end, it took her about 15.
Oh, Pat, quit bullying me. No, bully me more, Pat.
I'll bully you, good girl.
God, seriously, can we get some other witnesses? I swear to God. I feel better about Mr. Gyakuten and Mrs. Gyakuten flirting with each other than this, which is less flirting and more than pouring tea on each other.
So that bouquet's fault, not mine.
A bouquet?
What is this about a bouquet?
It was an anniversary present. My darling Pat gave it to me. He was picking up coins during his patrols for weeks and weeks, just so he could afford it.
That's a very romantic story, I guess.
I had totally forgotten about that bouquet till now. I'm sorry, sweetie.
It's fine. But that bouquet is a matter for the two of us to handle in private. We shouldn't talk about it right now, okay?
Oh, that's disappointing.
What in the world was that? Pat was clearly very shaken about something.
Well, I cannot say I know why. But I think we should press Rola about that bouquet.
Heck yeah. Ugh! Rola, about that bouquet. Could you tell us a little more about it?
Sure, why not?
Pansix's just like, I'm just standing back watching this shit show. Just waiting for my next glass of Jamba Juice to come out here so I can toss it at Larry again. Curse you, Pansix! Shut up, British Larry. Nobody likes you in this country either. Okay, I ended up getting lost because of the bouquet I dropped. The bouquet? No!
Mata! Man, we're getting a lot of stuff from you guys.
He's dropped a bouquet of flowers at the crime scene?
Right, I was really out of it at that point. I saw someone fall over. When we rushed over to help, I found a knife sticking out of her. I was so shocked that I just dropped my bouquet on the spot. It was too far from the light of the gas lamps, so it was hard to spot.
That's when you ran over to the next beat's police box, right?
Right, I came back to the scene with a police officer in tow. I saw where I dropped the bouquet on the footpath. When I went to go get it, the corpse was gone.
Oh, the body was moved. It wasn't in the spot that she initially found it in. I'm almost wondering, did Pat move the body? Did he move the body because he didn't want it to be on his beat, so he didn't have to be responsible for it? So they could continue, like, with his anniversary with his wife? It's already been mentioned many times, but the victim is not yet a corpse. How many times are you going to get this wrong, Nico?
It wasn't me that time! I don't think.
I was really confused until I heard a heroic voice calling from the other side of the road.
I suppose that was Pat.
Yep, in my clumsiness, I came back to the wrong side of the street. But this time, it was the bouquet's fault. To think that it ended up there.
So the bouquet moved to the opposite side of Briar Road, huh?
Strange story indeed.
And in the end, I forgot to go back and get it. You don't know how much change Pat had to pick up off the street to just to buy me that.
When you say bouquet, might it perhaps be this?
That's it! That's the bouquet Pat bought me with all the change he picked up off the street!
I think it's best if you don't keep telling everyone that part and stop shaking your husband. He's dying!
Where did you find this bouquet?
According to an officer's report about the crime scene, it was found at the corner of the footpath in front of John Garredeb's residence. It was in front of Mr. Garredeb's home? Because it was in an area far from the gas lamps, it wasn't found until the next day. The police believed it to be unrelated to the crime, as it was on the other side of the road.
Thank you so much, Mr. Prosecutor. I'll be taking that back right now.
No, it's evidence. Mine. For now, I think that it would be better for the court to accept this as evidence.
Huh?
Mine! Get from Pat to Rola. When she saw the victim on the ground, the shot caused Rola to drop the bouquet. I think he did, which is pretty fucking bad. I mean, I think the purpose was he didn't want to ruin his night with his wife, right? Because he would have to be the lead investigator, right? According to that handbook. But still, tampering with a crime scene, like moving the body. Ooh, you in trouble, Pat.
Oh, but the only evidence of that bouquet is the evidence of our love.
I know. But we're gonna take it anyway. Let's have a little look-see. So there's like a hidden article in here.
Wow, a British rose. It's more beautiful than I ever imagined.
Huh, is this a rose? Never seen one before.
Are you not interested in flowers?
It's not that I'm uninterested, but I only really know 3 different kinds.
You only know 3? And what would those be?
Peach blossoms, plum blossoms, and cherry blossoms.
That is the most Japanese thing I've ever heard in my life.
Your taste seems to be a little too biased.
That is the Japanesest thing ever, I swear to God. Okay.
You better give it back later. I'll scream if you don't.
Yes, ma'am. I won't forget.
Okay. Okay, didn't blink or look away for even a second. Nothing out of the ordinary, sir. Alright, is this where I bring up the rose? Yup! Don't think so, Pat!
You're full of shit, Pat. When you were watching over the crime scene, there was nothing out of the ordinary. That can't be right.
I'm dozing off again. Can't hear you.
What do you mean?
Rola, you said that the following in your testimony. When you returned for calling a constable at a nearby police box, you saw where you dropped the flowers, but the victim's body was nowhere to be seen.
Igiari. In reality, the victim's body had fallen on the opposite side of Briar Road. Such a tiny bouquet, and really, not even a bouquet at that.
Just a single flower. Aw.
I imagine it was simply blown across the road by the wind.
Tiny?
Let's say you're correct. If so, why didn't Pat testify as such?
Nobody approached the scene and nothing was removed from the scene. That's what Patrolman Pat said, proudly and without hesitation. But that bouquet was mine. It had nothing to do with the stabbing. That's the only reason he didn't say anything about it.
It's not just the bouquet anymore, in this mystery. Ugh! There's been a very peculiar reversal among the evidence.
Reversal.
That's right. It was Rola's bouquet in Mr. Garredeb's book. Originally, when the adventure of the lion's mane was thrown from the Garredeb's window, it should have smacked against the awning window and fallen on the west side of the road. But in reality, it was discovered in the victim's grasp on the opposite side of Briar Road. And on the other hand, Rola's bouquet. Originally, it must have fallen on the eastern side of Briar Road, but in reality, it was found on the opposite side of the road, near the Garredeb home. It's an absolutely impossible outcome. That is, unless someone picked them up and switched them.
What in the world? What's wrong with you? It's like you're trying to pick Pat up to be the bad guy. Look at him! Look at how powerful he is! He can destroy you all with his tiny little pinky, right, Pat? Right? Pat? Pat, are you listening? She's right. We can't listen to that demon attorney anymore. That fucking demon lord. The bouquet. Who cares? It's all trivial little details.
Looks like Mr. Garredeb's wife has come back to life. Oh, God.
Now go back to being passed out on the floor.
No matter how trivial you think it all is, messing with the state of a crime scene is a crime in itself.
It's called tampering with evidence.
And the person who tampered with the evidence won't come out and tell us why. It must be because they're trying to hide the reason they did it.
Higiyari. Tampering. I see you're excited to have learned a new word. And just who do you think bothered to play this pointless little trick?
On the night of the incident, someone tampered with the evidence. All the evidence and the testimony points to only one person.
Now, the court demands an answer, attorney. Who is the one person that could have possibly tampered with the evidence on Prior Road?
Behold, it was ye.
The person would have to be Patrick O'Malley. There's not a single other person who could have done it.
What? A constable of London's police force?
Don't be ridiculous! How could you accuse him of that? Not as a defender of justice! He's a policeman who serves and protects the people of London! Look at him! Look at him protecting people!
Rola, when Pat asked you to go to the police box, you left the crime scene. That span of 15 minutes was the only chance for anyone to tamper with the evidence.
No way! You're just spouting nonsense! I mean... That's right! It was that guy with the mustache! He did it!
Yachty! Ha! Don't make me smack a bitch! I mean, what? If that was true, then Pat would have witnessed it!
Gah! I'm sorry to say this, but there's more evidence to the contrary. It was only after the defendant ran away that you dropped your bouquet. But...
I told you, Royla, not to go up there and spout your goddamn mouth like you always do. God dang doodle.
First, you indict the landlord couple, and now you brazenly accusing a constable of London. But your accusation is missing one essential element. You claim that he tampered with the crime scene, but you see, only someone who was hoping to hide something would commit such a crime.
Yeah, that's right! We just happened to witness the crime! Why would he have anything to hide?
For what purpose would he have to tamper with the evidence? As long as you can provide an explanation, your accusation amounts to nothing.
Oh, I have an answer, baby. Pat must have had some reason to tamper with the evidence, and that reason must be the key to solving this mystery.
Naruhodō, do you think that you figure it out?
I will say, I like, it seems like more often in this game than in previous games, we're going less with the, like, I don't know where I'm going with this, but here it is, you know? Than we did in previous games. So that shit got old fast. Like, I get, like, the bluff and the bullshit crap, but, like, we did so much. And sometimes it was like, the answer was there, but we were still like, I don't know, here, bah! I do remember we did do it, I think, in the first case of this game, we did do something similar to that. Or one of these cases, but still was not something we've done nearly as much in this game, which I appreciate.
An indictment towards a London constable. You best hope you're onto something here. If you're wrong, this could be a lethal blow to your reputation as an attorney. Keep that in mind as you formulate an answer.
Understood. Whew. Alright, here we go. I'm ready. I was born for this. When they tampered with the evidence, Patrolman Pat was trying to hide
where the book dropped, where the bouquet dropped, where the victim was stabbed.
Think of where the victim was stabbed. Pat desperately needed to hide the truth of where she was really stabbed.
What?
Huh? What do you mean by where she was really stabbed?
Pat is just totally unfazed by all of this.
That doesn't make any sense. We've already known that since the trial started. She was stabbed on the footpath by Prior Road. Pat and I saw it. Ah! See? Right here. Everyone agrees with me, too.
Sure, everyone may have believed that at first. But the truth of the matter is, Viridian Green was not stabbed at this location.
I will say, though, I mean, it was snowy out, right? Wasn't there snow on the road? Wouldn't that have left tracks? I mean, I suppose it would get covered, though. And maybe that's the point. It could get covered over. But it's still something I feel like that would be hard to cover up still, right? Because, like, even then, it would still be a difference in elevation, where you either stepped with your feet or where you dragged the body. I can't imagine Patrick O'Malley lifted that large woman up over his head and put her over there without having to drag her. Unless I'm not remembering right, maybe the road was totally cleared. It was just the sidewalks had some snow on it. But even then, that still would have left some serious marks. It would have been hard to fill that back in again without making new tracks to have to cover up and stuff like that.
I don't know, I'm just saying.
Huh? What?
Oh, I just actually noticed her little, her dress actually has like patches in it, you know, to show that it's probably not the highest of quality, right? Oh, it's kind of like cute, kind of sad, because it shows that like he's not making much, right? Pat off of his constable's salary, he's not making a whole lot of money. The only bouquet that he could afford was a single flower. You can see that she's not wearing really high quality robes. They're sharing the scarf. That gets another whole new meaning. Oh my god, what the fuck? All this freaking environmental storytelling from outfits and character shit. What the fuck? So good.
My word, what kind of twists and turns will this trial take next?
You sound like me, Judge.
Shut up, Judge. Japanese boy, you have further explaining to do. Explain your assertion. Where was the true scene of the stabbing?
Right freaking here, baby.
Boom. Right by that window.
That's...
You say the crime actually occurred on the opposite side of the crime scene.
What are you implying?
Ah! On that night, when the book was thrown from Mr. Garriott's home, it fell straight to the ground. The bouquet of flowers that Rola dropped didn't move at all. What really moved was the scene of the crime.
What? What in blazes?
Higgyari. I'm so tired of slamming my fist like this. Looks like you haven't been listening to the testimony so far. These two fine citizens witnessed the very moment of the crime.
He's right. We totally saw it.
It was 5 o'clock in the evening. The sun had already set and London's famous fog rolled in. When you two witnessed the crime, you actually ran straight toward the western footpath along Briar Road.
No way. That can't be right.
Pat entrusted you with the task of finding a constable, keeping you away from the scene. And in 15 minutes between then and your return, he moved the crime scene. The victim's body in the fourth book is shown in the crime scene photo. We're both moved to the eastern footpath of the Briar Road.
Yeah, okay, you can see, like, around him, around the body, the snow has been cleared away, right? Meaning that some of the paths have been cleared away. So the snow isn't as thick. I couldn't remember, honestly.
Unbelievable.
But Pat overlooked one minor detail.
Overlook what?
Would you be referring to this bouquet?
Yes, that's correct.
Earlier, the prosecution said something about the bouquet. Because the bouquet was far from any lamps, it wasn't discovered until the next morning.
You overlooked it because it was too dark to see, then.
Thus, only this bouquet remained. It was the only remnant of the crime scene left on the west side of Briar Road. Those are the defense's thoughts on the matter. Did I hit the mark, Patrick O'Malley?
Is he about to get serious now?
Oh, sorry. Really? So sorry. Here I am, sleeping at a vital moment. But you see, I haven't slept in a full month.
Pat! He's lying, isn't he? That attorney can't be right. Yeah, Pat, you've always fought so hard for justice.
I was dreaming. I had an awful nightmare. I dreamed that everything I did that evening would be found out in court.
You've got to be shitting me.
But I guess it wasn't just a dream, after all. What? What in blazes?
Van Zinks is like, no, come on.
Order! 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 I need to be in order. What in blazes? What in the world is going on here? This is just...
Pat, why? Why would you do something like that? Innocent tampering with dead bodies? Crime?
Well, maybe.
She still doesn't know that the victim's not dead, I guess.
Constable, why on earth did you do that? You're supposed to be an upright policeman, working for the sake of the citizenry. Why? Can't tell you why.
What do you mean you can't?
I'm really sorry. This is all my fault. I've sullied Scotland Yard's good name.
One possibility does come to mind. On that night, there might have been a good reason that Pat had to move the crime scene.
Impossible. How could you know why? A damn Jap like you knows nothing of the inside of a good London constable's mind.
Say what you may, but our attorney is the one who brought the truth to light.
Et tu, Judge?
Yes, et me. The court believes that there's worth in asking for his thoughts. Defense.
Sir!
Now, the court requests that you present evidence.
Understood. Whether they be British or Japanese, all people share the same feelings. And I think I'm beginning to understand Pat's feelings from that night.
What evidence reveals the motive for Patrolman O'Malley's deceit? All right, here we go. Booyah.
Maybe you're right. To you Londoners, I'm just an outsider. Because of that, it wasn't until today that I learned about the London Constabulary. It's one of the most noble yet demanding duties in the world.
They patrol the city to maintain order, all while doing odd jobs to support our citizenry. Yes, those young constables are driven by many duties that they must undertake daily.
But for Pat, that fateful night was a special time.
Special?
And it's this bouquet which makes that fact very clear.
Oh, that was for our first anniversary.
Pat did all he could to prepare a gift for such a special day. And the two of them went out for dinner to celebrate their anniversary. But then,
They came upon the crime scene on Briar Road. They witnessed a young woman fallen under the gas lamps in the thin fog.
what do you think was going through Pat's head at this moment?
I just wanted that one single day to be peaceful so we could celebrate our anniversary. I'm always leave her alone because work is so busy. My poor beloved Rola.
Aww.
This is the police handbook that Pat presented. There's a manual inside called Things to Know as a Constable. It reads, if a constable discovers an incident in his beat, he must assist in the initial investigation. This is why, isn't it, Pat? This is why you moved the crime scene.
Well, you've seen right through me.
So, that's the problem. The investigation was in his beat.
Oh,
That's right. At first, Pat was supposed to lead the investigation as the beat's constable.
I see. Then, Patrolman O'Malley, did you?
At the time, for the first time after I got my dream job as a constable, I started to pray. Rola, stay close to me. Criminal might still be on the scene. When I ran to the crime scene, I was acting not as a husband, but a policeman. We have to hurry up and notify the police. And then I realized the significance of where the victim collapsed. If a constable discovers an incident in his beat, he must assist in the initial investigation. Why did this have to happen here? Today? Of all days? Why? Tonight was the one day I needed peace.
Aww. Aww, it's so fucking cute and sad.
There has to be a policeman guarding the crime scene at all times. So I told Rola to go to the police box, bring the officers over. And then, when I opened my mouth to speak, I shouted words that even I'm disgusted by. This road is part of the next beat over, Rola. Go to the Beats police box. Take a ride on Mission Road.
Aww. Oh, she's getting teary-eyed there.
I am unfazed. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
And very angry. Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Pat,
I just wanted to enjoy a nice dinner with Rola, no matter the cost.
oh, Pat.
That was the one day that I needed peace.
If the incident occurred in your beat, you wouldn't have been able to celebrate. Thus, you chose to move the crime scene to the beat on the eastern side of Briar Road.
To be honest, at the time, I thought the victim was dead.
really?
Of course he did, because I know. I know that my Pat wouldn't leave a stab victim on the cold, hard ground.
Yes, I suppose you're right. But either way, God is punishing me for my actions now. I can't believe it. Out of everything at the crime scene, the one thing I forgot was the bouquet I bought for her.
No, Pat, that was my fault. I was the one who dropped the bouquet out of sight. I'm sorry, Pat.
I have one more question, Pat. How many books did you move to the opposite side of the road?
I think it was 4.
As you recall, Saseki dropped 3 books, so the remaining 1 book was dropped from Mr. Gyartup's room. That would account for all 4 books.
But why did you leave this book in the victim's hand? The other 3 books were scattered around the crime scene.
Huh? Well, that's just how I found it.
Explain what you mean by that.
I see. So they did pick it up and have it in their hand.
When we ran over to the crime scene, the victim was holding on to this book. So when I moved her, I just left her the same as I found her, holding the book.
Just to confirm, the victim was holding The Adventures of the Lion's Mane.
Yes, I'm absolutely certain.
I wonder what this means.
Okay. The victim was already holding this book.
Oh, that was rather heartbreaking. Oh, I see a little see him like tear up like that. Oh my god, I fucking tug at my heartstrings.
At the time, I thought that this would be an open and shut case. There were only 2 people at the crime scene. Even Rola saw that. No matter how much thought I thought about it, it must have been the guy that ran away. I figured even if I changed the location of the crime scene, it was only a trivial matter. Oh, how this really is it for me, huh?
Oh.
My lord,
What is it, Lord Van Zeeks?
this cross-examination is over. Constable, you may step down now.
Sir!
Mr. Prosecutor, what's going to happen to my Pat?
Do you really want me to answer that? You're free to go home for today. Expect contact from the yard.
Please, please forgive him for what he's done. It's not Pat's fault. I'm always complaining to him because he's never at home.
Oh.
It's okay, Rola. Let's go home.
Okay.
Patrolman O'Malley,
Sir?
I hope this incident has helped you realize that when it comes to a crime investigation, there's no such thing as a trifling matter.
Yes, sir.
You do well to bear that truth in mind for a long time to come. After all, you don't want to repeat the same mistake at any other crime scene.
Repeat? Then?
Daddy Zeke's showing he's got some fucking heart after all. He just slams his leg down. That's right.
That's right, motherfucker.
Boom! Daddy Zeke! Slam me with your leg, Daddy Zeke!
Hurry and step down. You're delaying the trial.
He's trying to throw the shit. No, I didn't do anything.
Sir!
Oh, that was so fucking sweet. Fuck this game. Fuck it. Ah! So fucking done with this goddamn shit. Tugging at my heartstrings. Making me choke up. Piece of crap. Fuck.
An astounding truth has been made clear in our court today. The crime scene was tampered with by a third party.
However, one truth remains unchanged. The only person who could have committed the crime is still Suseki Natsume.
Iggyari, don't you think the word only is a little misleading? Now that the location of the crime scene has changed, there should be one more person who could have possibly stabbed the victim.
If I may.
So now there's a possibility that the knife possibly could have.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it just hit me. What happened, possibly? So the lady was walking down the street. She saw the book on, like, maybe stopped, like, and saw that there was a book on the ground, bent over to pick it up, and then the knife that got chucked through the window, bounced off it, fell straight down and hit her in the back.
Ooh. Ooh. Unfortunate circumstances.
Perhaps you've already realized as well, Prosecutor Van Zeeks.
Lord Van Zeeks, is this true?
No. Very well. Present his or her name, then, if there happens to be any merit to your indictment. The prosecution will consent to continuing these proceedings.
Who is the other person that could have committed this crime?
It's time. It was clearly this adorable little pink-haired Watson.
Oh my goodness, you remember me! I'm so happy for you! It's Susie! Yeah!
I don't know what this has to do with anything, but okay, let's bring her up here just to see her do more cute things.
Yeah!
Oh, that was delightful. I completely forgot we have a trial we should be doing. Oh, whatever. Class dismissed, everybody.
Yeah!
Man, we're in class all the time. What? All right. Anyway, it's her.
Ah! The defense is ready to call this witness once again. Once more with feeling.
Once again.
Just my legal assistant proposed earlier. We could have skipped this whole nonsense. Pat would have been fine. He wouldn't have been crying up there and making us all cry on the inside. There's only one witness that can bring the truth to light. Yeah! We need to hear Juror 4's testimony. Come to the stand, Joan Garrett.
What?
Iggyari. As I recall, your request was already overruled.
Iggyari! But we have new information now. The situation is entirely different. Miss Garrett, may I have a moment?
What do you want?
What do you think, bitch? You killed her, didn't you? When the crime was committed, you and your husband were fighting. During your fight, a fire broke out in your home. Mr. Garrett opened the window facing Briar Rose so that the smoke could escape.
And what of it?
You threw this book at your husband, who you had cornered at the window. The book then hit the awning window and fell straight to the ground. And as we just have established, the places it fell was exactly where the crime scene really took place.
And again, what of it?
You said that you were blinded by rage during the fight. Yes? And you just didn't just throw books. You threw anything you could get your hands on. I want you to confirm this for me one more time. This knife is the one found in the victim's back. Are you absolutely sure that you don't recognize it?
Yes, I'm sure.
Huh?
How am I supposed to remember what I threw at him? And anyway, didn't that prosecutor say the jurors shouldn't have to testify?
Well...
Iggyari. I remember saying nothing of the sort, Juror 4.
Oh! Yeah! Van Zeeks! Van Zeeks! Van Zeeks! Oh my god, I have such a fucking man crush on this guy.
Oh!
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, do not misunderstand. You are not above the law. If you remember this knife, then you would do well to tell us the truth. Or I'll use it on you and your chubby cheeks.
But you can get a knife like that just about anywhere. We have so many of those at home. If one or two went missing, we wouldn't even notice.
What?
For real? My word.
No! Curses! Oh
No, Pumpernickel. Furthermore, I thought that I might have hurt someone. I just can't handle the idea. This is my husband. It's too much. It's too much.
Joan.
All right, go ahead. Hurry up and show me your decisive evidence. I want you to show me, conclusively, whether that knife was really of the thing I threw.
Can you do a Naruhodō?
I have that kind of evidence. I've thrown it at her ages ago.
In that case, it's time for you to come to the witness stand, Juror 4.
What?
The prosecution agrees that this juror must be cross-examined.
Prosecutor Van Zeeks. Yeah, man. Yeah, you got my side out. Shut up.
I have nobody's side but the side of justice.
Dude, me too. We're best buddies. We should like hang out sometime.
No.
Okay.
Me? Testify?
Juror 4, you have witnessed the entirety of today's case from your seat on the jury. You have seen the miraculous moment where, from our witnesses' testimony, a truth was gleaned that even the witnesses themselves were not aware of.
Oh.
Thus, it is paramount that you testify to the best of your ability. Once you do, I'm sure this court will be able to find the truth. Prosecution, defense, are you in agreement?
You are correct.
Oh, I getting my input. No, that's a grace! What is this feeling? I can feel it. For the very first time since we arrived in this country. I finally feel like a real attorney, fighting in the courtroom.
Aw.
Oh, damn it. That was the perfect time to go to be continued. Damn it. I thought for sure they were going to go there. Oh, damn. Fuck. I'm like, perfect timing. To be continued. Here we go. Oh, wait. Nope. Never mind. Oh, man. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to end things here for now, guys. Damn, that was really fucking good. Holy shit. That episode was so fucking good. that just whole section was just great. Great. Man. Damn, this game is really something good, I gotta say. Like, I know, I'm gonna say it 8 bajillion times when it's over. It's just that first case. It's just that fucking first case, isn't it? And then everything else is gonna be amazing. But, like, it's so much better that it's just, maybe it's because it was a tutorial case, because they just had to redo this shit. Maybe because it was all in Japan, so it was all stuff that we'd seen and done before. I don't know, but I think it was also just the fact that the case itself wasn't that exciting or interesting or anything, right? You know, it just wasn't that interesting. But these other ones are so much more interesting. There's something better. And don't tell me it's because tutorial cases have to be bad, all right? We've had plenty of amazing tutorial cases in previous games. And I know a lot of those borrowed things from previous games, right? Like, of course, we had Mia's court case thing, and I was looking back on her incident with Dahlia. We had Apollo Justice with Kristoff and Phoenix facing off. But we've had other good, like, tutorial cases. Like, Spirit of Justice tutorial case was good. You know, it was interesting. It was pretty long as well, but that one was still interesting. And I feel like the first case for this game wasn't, you know? Like, I feel like it was not a good case. But all the ones after this have been so good, like, so much better that it just dwarfs that other one. It makes me just go, how? How is this first one so much worse than all the other ones? That's what I wonder. Why isn't that one at the same level? I don't know. I've seen some people say, I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was great. So clearly, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the only one that feels that way. You guys can tell me. I'll be curious, really. I want to know. If you guys totally disagree with me, you're like, no, actually, I thought that first case was great. Or I thought it was at least okay. Or did you also think it was lacking? Like, do you feel the same way that I do in that in comparison with these cases, it's just so much worse, right? Hopefully you can at least acknowledge that much, that first case is just nowhere near the level of these other cases. I don't know. Anyway, point is, this was great. I'm enjoying the fuck out of myself, and I can't wait to see where it goes. Hope you all enjoy this episode. If you did, please leave a like and a favorite. It really does help me out. And subscribe if you're not already, become Piggy Penguin for this LP, where the days are always sunny and the vids are always funny. And hey, if you guys are enjoying these episodes, you want to really help me continue to do what I do and provide you guys with the content you enjoy, please consider becoming a patron on my Patreon. Really, your Patreon over there has been just so pivotal to helping me and supporting me and Bernie. I can't stress that enough. Seriously, just
thank you to all you guys who have supported me over there, to all my Twitch subscribers for their support over there. Because seriously, I couldn't make a living off the ad revenue anymore. It just seems to be the new norm. It's basically like a fraction of what it used to be. I don't know what happened. I don't know why it is, but it just seems to be that way now. That's like the new thing. So, seriously, I can't stress that enough. Just thank you to everybody. And if you feel in your heart, if you're really enjoying these videos, you really would be doing me a solid if for even just $1, you know, would really be helping me out. So, but anyway, guys, thank you so much. And as always, till next time, guys, stay classy.